All right, everybody. Agua.
I am on an obligatory family vacation right now. And it was like a very long road, which by the way, we got a rat amongst our ranks. That's why this is a new setting. We're jammed into this bunk room. I don't want to talk about it. I'm an adult. I am an adult. I don't know what's going on right now. But let me explain what's been happening. We were on this very lengthy road trip. It felt like a 27-hour road trip, although I think it was closer to like 4 hours. And I decided that I was going to watch this show that Tiffany has been trying to put me on for multiple ages. It's been decades. She said, if you like the divorce reality show, you guys remember Mai? Nobody has forgotten Mai from the See You Again divorce reality show of celebrity couples. They go in right before they want to get a divorce. Who would think that's a fucking terrible idea? Nobody. Then they live life with other wannabe divorced couples, and then some of them get divorced, some of them don't. Mai was somebody that I thought you couldn't top. You can't be crazier than Mai. There's just no other way. I mean, that's what I was thinking until last year. And this was like right before the holidays. China decided, I'm about to ruin your entire holiday season. I'm about to ruin your life. I'm about to take it all the way into 2026. And can I tell you something? I have no idea how many parts this is going to be, dear, because this is 32 episodes long.
That's crazy. Like all the Chinese shows are 30 episodes plus.
Yeah, and this one I was expecting 32 episodes where I'm like skimming through most of it because these days I've decided to really partake in self-care. So that means when a show is boring, I just skip through it. There's like no show. Well, there's one show. I don't skip anything. But other than that show, everything else, if it gets boring, I skip. Even in books these days, if a chapter isn't hitting, I skim it. So I thought it was going to be like that. No, all 32 episodes are fucking insane. Every second to second, I go back and replay it because I'm like, wait, hold on. I don't understand what's going on. So let me explain the premise of this show. You've got a bunch of people. You've got guys and girls, and they're all going to date. They're all heterosexual couples, or they're all straight. I think, but I don't know. But it's called Secret in Love. So every single one of them comes in with a secret that they're holding. And they tell the producers the secret. And then throughout the show, they unveil people's secrets. Oh. And then sometimes if you start dating someone, you can ask to see their secret and watch their secret and them confess to their secret.
But like, what kind of secret? Like,
okay, so I'm just gonna be so real with you. I don't know why they added that very unnecessary plot device. Like the secrets don't fucking matter at all. Like truly, the secrets are lukewarm secrets. I mean, I feel compassion, I feel sympathy, but it's not like, hey, so when I was younger, I ran over my dad with the lawnmower, but he was drunk and he didn't know, so I blamed it on my sister. And then my sister went to juvenile detention for like 5 years, and then I never told anybody, and everybody thinks she's psychotic and that she's a murderous, venomous villain, and I let everybody think that. And then now she's actually in real prison because you know how life be. Like, it's not one of those secrets. The secrets are more so, okay, I'm just gonna give you an idea of one of the guy's secrets. He's like, my parents aren't loving. And I'm like,
what?
Okay, like I feel sympathy, but like
same.
Yeah, same, and everybody else who's watching. And also I was expecting something very juicy. Like, you're telling me you had a secret. Anyway, it's called Secret in Love, a 10-day journey. The participants are living in this massive villa together, and they're dating, they're going on dates, they're doing all these random challenges. And of course, because it's a reality show, it's going to be uneven numbers of guys and girls, and it's sort of designed this way to make it super competitive. Now, once these episodes started airing, clips started flooding Chinese social media. Tiffany hasn't even really seen like the full series. I think I've seen more of the full series than she has, but she's like, I have seen enough to know who I don't with, okay? Oh, and another thing that I need to preface is in Chinese reality shows, when they air, it's almost like a live stream. Like, you know, when you watch a live stream on YouTube and Twitch, you can see people commenting in real time as a moment is taking place. You can see that in Chinese reality shows. So the top comments will actually come onto your TV screen as it's being premiered for the first time. And this is really important because every single thing, the netizens have some shit to say. They have some shit to say.
Do you feel like that's better?
Oh, yeah.
Like the comments basically covers the show.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when I see something really crazy on a reality show, I
You want to talk about it.
Yeah, and I'm like looking up what people are saying, and I'm like, I'm so glad I'm not the only one, you know? The comments are so good. So to understand this whole drama of why there are two people on this show that everybody has been canceling, they say that these are the villains of the past year. Nobody likes them. In order to understand their drama, you need to understand all the people on the show and all the ones who get dragged into all of this. So first, I gotta run you through the girls on this show. You got Bao Bao.
How many people total?
There are like 6 girls, 5 guys. So you got Bao Bao. Bao Bao introduces herself on the show as Nini, but everybody calls her Bao Bao, okay? She looks like Kim So-hee. Yeah, she's so beautiful. She's stunning. I mean, not only is she one of the most beautiful girls that netizens have seen just even on the show, but online, she's also incredibly smart. And ultimately, she is going to be the #1 victim of this show. She is going to get victimized by pretty much the most diabolical individuals that have ever stepped foot on Chinese reality.
Damn.
She got like a 667 out of 750 on the Gaokao in the college exam. So she's really smart. I will say the thing about her is she seems really emotional. And I mean that with love. Like, she seems very attuned with other people's emotions. She's not emotionally dense in the sense of like she can pick up small feelings. Like she can pick up when someone is acting a little bit colder to her than the day before, and then it really fucks with her. And she gets really emotional about it, and she doesn't know what to do. And then she feels like if she talks to them about it, she's putting pressure on them. Like, she's very in tune with emotions, but also kind of sad girl. And I love her, okay? I love her. And then next you have Chen. People call her Chen 71. Because her name sounds like 71. Some people just call her 71.
Okay, let's call her 71.
Okay, so 71. She's one of the contestants who also later gets pulled into the drama. But I would say that public opinion on her is divided. And in the beginning episodes, people love her. She gives off strong cool girl vibes. Just cool girl. And then next you have PR Lily. PR Lily is a PR executive, and she just be acting like PR Lily. Like, she's the girl that I want to be. She's like the opposite of me.
Wait, how so?
She's just so classy and poised. I mean, she just always has great posture. She never laughs too loud. She just seems like she knows how to do everything and smells like flowers, and also is so sweet to everybody, but not overly sweet where she's like, I love you, I love you, I love everybody. She's just very kind and polite and elegant and graceful. PR Lily, I love PR Lily, okay? Everybody loves her. Then you got influencer Jay. She is an influencer. She mainly does vlogs. I think she has like 250,000 followers on Douyin. She's an influencer, and she's really pretty, and she does not influencer vibes. She's actually very thoughtful, very intelligent. Huh? I know. Shocking. Some of them, not me, can have brains, right? She's also not really involved in a lot of drama. She has a very sharp look to her, but she acts nothing like how she looks. I think people were a little bit nervous when she first came on the stream because you see influencer, you see the way she looks kind of cat-like, and people were expecting her to be really catty and nasty because she's an influencer, but no, she's super poised, super put together, a girl's girl. Then you have Ma Xuan. We're gonna call her Broadcaster Ma because she's a broadcaster, a news anchor for Hunan TV. Oh yeah, she even hosted the Chinese New Year Gala before, which is like a big deal. Big deal.
No, huge deal.
I'm sorry.
Huge.
It's basically like being handpicked by Xi Jinping himself to be like the #1 broadcaster of the year. Like, it's a huge deal. She also graduated with a broadcasting major. She ends up leaving halfway through the show, and it becomes a really sad thing. Then you have Zizi. You're gonna want to fucking punch Zizi in the face. This is the perpetrator of the show. Unlike the other girls, she doesn't show up day one. She is the new bombshell that enters the villa midway through, and then she just obliterates every single feeling of empathy that you felt like you had. You think you're an empathetic person, and then you watch the way she acts and you go, no, I think off with her head. Like, I think this is crazy. She's an actress. She graduated from the Beijing Film Academy, and she did star in like a really big show. Yeah. But anyway, everybody hates her. And then as for the guys, we've got Finance Bro Zhao. Finance Bro Zhao is a financial service account manager. He studied at USC, so he speaks English. Maybe he'll see this. I don't know. Don't send it to him if you know him. I hate when they see this. I hate it so much, okay? And then he's very smart. And he just kind of gives, he said he's a part-time vibe maker.
Huh?
Part-time vibe maker.
And that just like tells you everything you need to know about him. Because me personally, I think he's really fun. I think he's chill. I think he's fun. So far, I haven't finished the entire series, okay? So I might change my mind. But so far, he's chill. He's an ENTJ. He makes everybody feel comfortable. He's yapping all the time. I think he would be a great friend. But me personally, I would never date someone who calls himself a part-time vibe maker. In fact, I exclusively like you, who is a vibe killer. Full-time vibe killer. Walks into the room. Everyone goes, okay, why'd he come here? We have a thing in the family, we call him the nurse, okay? Because he comes into the room and he's all,
did you take your vitamins?
that's all he be asking when he walks into the room, okay? So he's a part-time vibe maker. Then there's Tianji. Yeah, but we call him Jiko. Everybody calls him Jiko. He's a university student. He gives me Dan Dan vibes.
What?
But not as strong. Like,
Okay.
he's the type where they'll have these nights where they go on these fancy dinners and everybody's wearing like really well-fitted tuxedos. And then he comes in with that oversized suit fit, you know, where the shirt's not tucked in and the tie is like half done.
With a pair of shorts?
No. And then like really mixed match trousers. And then his hair is like permed and frizzy. Yeah. No, but I kind of like him. He's super
Chico?
unproblematic. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's actually really, he seems upstanding in his morals. He's just not really a big person in the show. Then you have the professor.
Oof.
The professor has long hair down to his neck. He has a PhD in the arts, decor, sculpture, public art, drawing. He likes all of that shit, and you can kind of tell. Some people refer to him as grandpa. Some people call him the professor. Some people call him the unluckiest guy alive. But, you know,
What?
we'll get there. And he's got long hair, and he just, he seems really patient. And then you have Barry. Barry is currently studying in the United States. He's a fan of cooking. I just call him Chef Barry because most of the time he just be cooking on the show. And I'm like, are you getting paid for this? Because I hope you are at this point. Okay. And then you have another guy named Zhao. No, I forget his first name. His name is Tian Hao, okay? But we're going to call him Tian. And Tian is going to be Zizi's partner. He is the other perpetrator. He's the co-conspirator. He's the co-defendant of this show.
Two of them?
Oh, there's
As
two
a
of them.
couple?
Well, you'll see. Who said they're a couple? You'll see. You'll see. You're also going to freaking hate it.
You just said that.
Oh, oops. Damn it. So at the start of the show, though, there are 4 guys and 5 girls because Zizi and Chef Barry doesn't come in until later. So you got Bao Bao, the victim. You've got Chen71. You got PR Lily, Influencer J. You got Broadcaster Ma. And then for the guys, you got Tian, the perpetrator, Finance Bro Zhao. You got Jiko, the professor. And in the first few episodes, they just kind of go on dates and learn how to break the ice and stuff. That's pretty much it. When everyone is first introduced onto the show, they have this grass field with these tables set up. And there's 2 seats at each table. So they come in one by one. Bao Bao comes in first. She's so pretty. And one girl and one guy is supposed to sit together at each table in these initial seating arrangements. Now, it's very important. I run you through the people. The initial seating pairings are not important. Like one by one, they just kind of sit in a row. So it's random. They bring in a girl, Bao Bao, then they bring in professor, or they bring in finance bro, and then they just all kind of sit together. So it's super random. The last 2 to walk in are Tian, the perpetrator, the dude, and then influencer J. So she's sitting with him. And this whole segment, nothing's really happening. Everybody's being very shy because it's their first time meeting. The only thing that the producers do is they have this tiny little red telephone booth that I feel like shows up in way too many Chinese reality dramas. And I'm like, I feel like this is a hallmark. Is this a trend? Is this what is happening right now? But each couple, each pairing of the tables have to go in. There's barely enough space for the both of them. And they have 2 minutes to talk to each other. And there's a camera inside of the photo booth that is being projected to everybody else at the other tables. It's really weird. Now, side note, here's my problem with this. I really don't like reality shows that do stuff like this. And this is like a true venomous hatred that I have for something. Because just think about it. You have been nervous the whole time. You probably haven't been drinking a lot of water. You probably haven't been eating because a lot of the clothes that you're wearing is really tight. And when you don't eat and drink a lot of water for hours at a time while you wait for your time slot, think about the breath. These producers are killing any chemistry that could have been formed inside of this telephone booth because the minute I smell stank breath, I'm done. I can never see you as hot again, okay? He knows this, okay? Every morning we wake up, nobody speaks. We text each other in bed if we want to talk. Or I go like this. And he knows that means, how did you sleep last night?
Yeah, I guess I'm the same now. So
Yeah.
like, how do people make up in the morning?
I don't know.
How do people do it?
I don't know. And then there's like times where, see, this is, I'm so sorry, sidetracking here, but like this is why they say girls do things in relationships that guys can never get away with, because sometimes he'll like yawn in the morning and I'll go like this to fan away the breath. And then he cannot get offended. If he gets offended, he's the one that ruined the day. So I have to go like this. So that would have just ruined my life. But they go in there and nothing exceptional happens. But in the beginning, there was another guy. There was an even number of people. His name is Wei. He gets voted out within like the first few minutes of the show. So everyone had to sit down and rate each other from 1 through 100 based on first impressions. And the person with the lowest ratings for the guys and the girls, they were up for elimination.
Everybody votes on them.
Yeah, everyone votes and they collect the number. I think you get like a certain point set, right? So Wei gets the lowest score. He has to leave. But they do this whole anonymous voting for a bunch of different categories. And this is just what I'm trying to explain to you, the vibes of people. Everybody voted that Finance Bro has the best, exciting first impression. He's just like the most outgoing, emotionally mature, very sunny, seems confident. And the girly pops seem to really like Finance Bro. And then for the girl with the highest impression score is Influencer J. People think that she gives off like the cool, collected, funny vibe, which I get. Like, I get it. When she walks in, she doesn't seem like she just seems cool, but not in the unapproachable cool. Just like really cool. She gives like the onion energy out of everyone. And then the guy with the lowest score was Wei. So he eventually gets voted off. But even before, they have to compare with the lowest girl score, which is PR Lily. I will say maybe it was the attire that she wore. Every girl wore like really personality filled clothes or mini dresses, you know.
Yeah.
She was wearing like a longer dress,
like a PR outfit.
Yeah, like kind of going to work. And her hair was up in an updo, and she seemed stern. She seemed like if one of them fucked up, she wouldn't do anything bad. She would just pull them aside and say, that must be really disappointing. And you should probably go apologize to your parents right now for making a fool out of yourself. That was the vibe she was giving initially. So she actually went into the telephone booth with the professor. And they were sitting next together. And the producers are like, if anybody wants either Wei or PR Lily to stay, raise your hand. Professor's hand shoots up. And he is like, we were talking in the telephone booth, and I had this feeling of, this is how it's supposed to be. And everyone was like, oh.
Like really romantic?
Yes, so romantic. So romantic. And he just looked distraught at the idea of her being kicked off the show. So she gets to stay, but Wei's got to go. And they're like, hey, but before we go, let's humiliate you some more. Honestly, these producers, karma. They need karma coming to them. So they say, we're going to play your secret to everyone that you just met 5 minutes ago. Play the secret. And they play a giant projected video of his secret that's pre-recorded. And he said that he was scammed in a business fraud where they scammed $6.6 million out of him. He was broke. He has no money. He cries all the time. He's not laughing because it's funny. He's laughing because it's shocking that they just like humiliate him like this out of nowhere. And then he's like, I cry every day. Sometimes I cry while I'm walking. Sometimes I cry while I'm eating for no reason. Tears will just start falling. Sometimes there are days that I will cry for 2 days nonstop and wonder, why can't I stop crying? But then he says that and then he broke up with his ex-girlfriend because of this. He said, I broke up with her because I didn't want her to feel bad for breaking up with me.
Is he still in debt or no?
Oh, yeah.
He's still in debt?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
He is. And then he's saying that even though this is the worst thing and he's at the darkest point of his life, he describes it like a sun shower. The season of his life, because it's raining, but he's not under a dark cloud. He still finds the sun somehow. And I was crying. And I cried in the car. And everyone's like, what is wrong with you? My sister's playing like heavy rap music. And I'm just sobbing in the back with my laptop. I'm like, I can't do this right now. That's how the family trip started. Anyway.
Damn. So it was actually a dark secret.
Super dark. His is like the only one that's dark so far. I haven't seen the rest, but...
That's why they played it.
Yeah.
They're like, we gotta play this.
And the producers give the mic to him, and they're just like, "Do you want to say anything?" Which, like, what do you mean? What do you expect him to say? So he holds the mic, and he's crying. Of course, I was crying, and he goes, "I don't really know what to say." And thankfully, his table partner was broadcaster Mimi. She is obviously a host of the Chinese show and stuff, and she's really poised. She's really sweet. She gets the mic from him and was like, "If you don't mind, like, I would love to share my piece." And she talks about how she didn't really get to know him much, but he's so meticulous with his words, very kind and warm, and she felt much more comfortable since he was at her table. And she, like, gives a really warm goodbye, even though nobody voted for him to stay, so a little too late. But he says his goodbye and he leaves. And that's why now we have 5 girls and 4 guys. So on the very first day, right after this, they have this mini sports activity where all of them are going to pair up. Now, there's more girls than guys. So one guy is going to be partnered up with 2 girls. When everybody initially starts trying to split up into their groups, oh my God, this is so cute. The professor looks at PR Lily. And he just looks at her, and then she nods, and he walks over so giddy. He's just walking. She's walking him like a dog already.
So them 2 are like the cutest right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then influencer Jay is very outgoing and goes, "Hey, is anyone good at sports? Like, does anyone want to partner with me?" And Tian, motherfucking Tian, immediately is like, "I'll pick you." So influencer Jay and Tian are together. Now, mind you, they sat at the table together. So everybody is like, "Oh, Professor and PR Lily were at the same table. And then Tian and influencer Jay were at the same table. So like maybe the first game, we don't really know each other. Maybe everybody at the same table should just go for the people that were at the same table." That's the thought. This left 3 girls and 4 guys remaining though. Now, there's no rule that you have to choose your original partner, but it just made sense. So Chen71, she's standing there and she's like, "Okay, well, maybe Chico is going to pick me." But instead, Chico partners with broadcaster Mimi.
Okay.
So Chen71 is like, oh. Like, I haven't even talked to another guy because I wasn't even at their table. And then finance bro Zhao, he looks really interested in Chen71. So he looks like he's about to be like, he's like thinking about the words of how to swoop in. He's like, "Okay, let me just think about that. Like, let me just lower my voice. Let me go an octave lower." And he's about to say something, and motherfucking Tian goes, "Oh, well, you can join my group and we can be the 3 of us together."
Oh.
So now
the guy just straight up pulls 2 girls?
Yes, now it's Tian, it's influencer Jay, and Chen71.
Wait, but the Chen71 agreed to be in the 3?
I mean, because it would be rude.
Right.
Because someone's going to end up in a threesome, right? Or like a whatever. So then she was like, "Yeah, okay, fine." And so she joins. And you think that he's being nice, but it's not. It just feels, at the moment that it happened, it kind of felt player vibes because you should give other people the chance
let them
to maybe
decide
group.
first.
Yeah.
Like,
and
if
then,
there's one final one left over, and then you can be like, "Hey,
okay,
come."
not left over, but like
Left over.
no, you left.
Final one left.
Yes, exactly.
Come join us, right?
Yes, exactly.
But instead,
right.
he didn't even give other people a choice.
Yeah. I don't like this guy, right? And then that's the 3 pairing. And then you have finance bro Zhao and Bao Bao that are just naturally paired together. And they were at the same table too. So those are the pairings. Now, the first activity that they're doing is a girl is going to stand further away from her male partner, and he has to jump to where she's standing. He's got a rose in his mouth, and then she has to use her mouth to take the rose out of his mouth. But it's a long stem rose, so it's not like they're making out. I was disappointed. Anyway, so it's like a jumping game. Which, like, immediately another thing would just give me the ick. Unless we're on physical 100 and you know how to jump 3 stories high, that's not the first thing I want to see you do. That's not the first thing I want to see on a date. So Tian, he goes up with influencer Jay, and she's like, "Okay, like, I'm gonna stand here, you jump to me, and then I'll take the rose out of your mouth." He jumps, it's not impressive. She takes the rose out of his mouth, and she's like, "Yeah, I think that the way that when he jumped to me, he was so close to me, it was just very intimate."
Okay.
So she's like, "Yeah, it was fun." Then it's finance bro and Bao Bao are partnered together, and he jumps the furthest. And honestly, they're really cute, but you can tell that finance bro is not interested in Bao Bao. They have friendly chemistry, but it seems very platonic. It seemed like Bao Bao could have been interested, but he was not interested. He seems very interested in Chen71. Like, he's always watching her through the whole game. He just, and then like there will be times where the next game is going to be played. He's standing behind her. That would piss me off if I was Bao Bao. I'd be like, this is so depressing. So then the next activity is called the love hug. So you've got two couples that are going to compete against each other. And there's this giant circle drawn out on the grass field. One couple is going to stand inside the circle and they're hugging each other. And there's a balloon in the center of them that they have to balance. Then the other couple, the girl is inside the circle and she has a bungee cord that's attached to her male partner. And the male partner has to run around the perimeter of the circle and she's blindfolded. Bro, I don't know who the came up with this game. She's blindfolded and she has an inflatable hammer and she's got to whack the balloon out of the first couple.
What the fuck? I'm having such trouble like picturing this right now.
So
but
there's three people in the...
I think I get it, kind of.
Yeah, I really don't know why the guy is running around
Yeah. What's the purpose on that?
Nobody knows,
All
but
right.
just know that one couple is hugging with a balloon and then the girl of the other couple has an inflatable hammer and she's trying to knock out the balloon, but she's blindfolded. That's really all you need to know. Nothing else matters. Tian is like, let's go, Influencer J. So they start hugging the balloon first and it's like very... it just felt like a lot of physical contact, just a lot. Ooh. PR Lily and the professor are playing offense. So PR Lily's in there with the hammer and they're going after the ball. Eventually, she's like hammering them. And then motherfucker Tian, he tilts his body so that he's the one taking
the hit.
Yes. Now, mind you, this is an inflatable hammer.
Yeah.
And Influencer Jay later in the confessionals is like, I just felt a really strong sense of security because of how, and then she was like, how many times? How many times did he get hit for me? She's like, I just felt safe. Meanwhile,
so his strategy paid off.
Oh yeah.
It was like the easiest thing to do.
Easiest.
But she's like,
and meanwhile,
what a man.
PR Lily, she's got her man walked like a dog. She just whacking. She's in there whacking with the hammer. And I will say she's kind of aggressive. Like she's like, bah, 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 like rapid succession. Everyone is like, damn, she's really putting in the effort. Meanwhile, the professor is running and encouraging and everyone is pointing out he's running around the circle like he's running around the sun for PR Lily. Like it's just, he's dedicated. Now, this round involved a lot of running and a lot of nonsense. So Chen 71 is up, but she's like, you know what, Tian, you should rest because you just did that with Influencer J. In fact, I want to go with Finance Bro. So she just
switches her team now. She's like, okay, I'm gonna go for this guy who's been eyeing me.
So then she goes in, and interestingly, the offense is Influencer J and the professor, which like all of them just played. So I don't know why Tian is tired, but Tian does look tired. And just to give you an idea of the perpetrator, Tian, he gives me like Korean oppa from church vibes. He kind of looks a little bit more soft boy. He looks like a mama's boy. I don't know how to describe it. Like very just, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. He's just...
What do you not get? Girls like him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't. But anyway, Influencer J is a whack-it. Meanwhile, Finance Bro is like dry humping the balloon to try and win. And it's not sexual. It's just like a really, I imagine a sad old dog getting out one last hump on the pillow. Like, because he's trying to hold up the balloon, but he's like thrusting because it's dropped to their waist. And it's just very uncomfortable. Everybody's a giggling. Everybody's a hooting and a hollering. And later, during the third game, they decide this is a whole new game, okay? During the third game, they have to go through this obstacle course where the girl is going to be blindfolded and the guy has to guide her. So Tian teams up with Chen 71. So Influencer J is sitting this one out and then everybody else going in their regular pairs. And they're going to go through this obstacle course. So it's going to be them and then it's going to be against Bao Bao and Finance Bro. And Tian is initiating a lot of physical contact for a Chinese reality show. So not only is he holding her hand because she has to get up on a balance beam and walk through it. He's also like grabbing her waist, which a lot of Chinese netizens didn't like, even though it probably is safer for her that way. It just is very touchy. And then now it puts the girl in an uncomfortable situation where if she doesn't want that kind of touch, then she has to make a whole scene about it. And then it becomes uncomfortable for everyone. So you just kind of have to accept it. It's like a whole thing. Meanwhile, all the other guys are just kind of holding the girl's hands. And it's not because they're dumb. It's not because they don't want to put their hands on their waist. It just seems like a little too much. But he doesn't care. He's just like grabbing her waist. He's doing all of that. And then Finance Bro and Bao Bao, after they do the balance beam, there's this giant circular cutout in front of them with a small hole that you have to lift your arm, duck your head, and then pass through like a little tunnel. Okay. you know what? Maybe they should have held their waist because all the girls be whacking their heads so hard. All of them are just bunk. They're seeing stars afterwards. So all of them are just bonking their heads. And then afterwards, you have to go through this tire track where you have to step in the middle of a bunch of tires that are on the grass. I don't know who came up with this YouTube budget video idea, but they're going through and Tian decides, you know what, Chen 71, get on my back. So she gets on his back and his hands are on her thighs and he's running the end of the obstacle course. And somehow, they're not even that fast. They come around the same time as Bao Bao and Finance Bro, but they do win. But everyone was just commenting in the live chat, is all of this necessary? Some people are commenting like, he's acting like a player. Like, this is too much. Everyone's like, oh my God, now he's carrying someone. Like, well, he's so pretentious. People didn't like it. And then the next up is Professor and PR Lily, and then broadcaster Mimi and Jiko. And everybody is watching saying, do these people know that this is a timed game? Like, they were on a stroll, so they're just going really slowly. But it doesn't matter how slowly you're going because everyone's still bonking their head at the circle part. Like, PR Lily went dunk.
What?
Everyone's just watching them. It's like they went on 0.6 speed. So after all of this, the two pairs that took the least time to go through the obstacle course were Bao Bao and Finance Bro, and then Tian and Chen 71. So as their prize, they each won a private 2-person sauna trip. So you go with your partner and then you go to the sauna. Now, Bao Bao and Finance Bro, they were very platonic during this sauna trip. Nothing really happened. But Tian and Chen 71. So first of all, they get into this sauna and they've got their feet dipped into this hot tub. And Tian decides he's a little hot. Yeah, but it's not like a sauna where you're drenched in sweat. He looks like maybe he ran a little bit. Like, it doesn't look like he's drenched and he's dying and he's gasping for air and he needs a water, he needs a Gatorade. Like, it doesn't look like that. He looks fine, but he decides he's going to take off his shirt. Now, I will say these comments are really mean. And when I was watching it, I was like, maybe he's not that bad, and people like, why are we body shaming someone? Why are we being so mean to him? But Tiffany kept telling me, no, it's okay. There are lots of other people to actually feel bad for. Like, he's not one of them. So I was like, she's like, just wait, it gets really bad. Like, he's actually a fucked up person. So I was like, okay, I'll trust you. So he decides he's gonna take off his shirt, which a lot of people, this is like East Asian culture. If you're gonna take off your shirt, we're expecting to see something, buddy, right? Like, that's what they were saying. Especially on these types of dating shows, you don't really take off your shirt. Nobody, even when the other guys get into the pool, they keep shirts on, like wet shirts.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's, it's very modest culture. So when you're taking off your shirt, you're taking off your shirt. So he takes off his shirt, and a lot of people called him Piggy Nipples after that.
A what?
He got nicknamed Piggy Nipples.
Piggy nipple?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
His nipples are really kind of larger than most guys' nipples.
What?
And they were kind of sagging. I don't know. And again, I felt bad. But Tiffany was like, don't feel bad because he's actually a fucked up person. But people are commenting things like his nipples are melting away like butter.
Damn.
And I just want to say.
So like everyone watching this already know he's bad? And they're like commenting because they just don't like him. And like,
so half the people hate him. Half the people are just mean. And then there was a small group of people that I didn't see a lot of, like, I didn't know going into this what I was going to see. So there's a lot of people who didn't know, just like me. And we were like, I don't know if this is necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so there were some comments of like, guys, like, it's not that necessary. But people kept going. His muscles also look like melting butter. His head is so big. His shoulders are so small and he has no abs. Why would you take off your shirt? Some people said, if you're a guy and you have no muscles, can you put your shirt back on? Yeah. Another one says his body looks like a kid's body.
Oh my God.
And I was like, that's really mean. Some people said, stop fucking around and put your shirt on. Yeah. Some people said that they're gonna ask for mental compensation because they saw him without a shirt. It was just like it was a really mean thing. But during this segment, you could tell that Tian is laying it on thick to Chen 71. He's being very forward. Everything he'd done up until this point had made it obvious that he was interested in everyone. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. But he would also ask her questions like, among the guys, who did you have the best impression of? Like, you wrote down. Because remember, they voted. And then he's like, can you tell me what you rated me this morning? And she was like, yeah, you were in second place after Finance Bro. And he's like, if you could re-rank everyone today, where would I place? And she said that, well, I think it'd be first. And he's just overjoyed. He's like, how did other guys win you over before they pursued you, right? A lot of girls don't like that.
Yeah, because you just like forcing her to almost lie at this point.
Yeah.
Just to kiss your ass.
And also, even the, like, what did other guys do to win you over when they pursued you? A lot of girls are saying, you don't actually care if we're compatible. You're not asking who I look for in a partner. You're asking me what things someone did to make me like them. And that seemed really manipulative. So a lot of girls are like, I can smell he's bad from a mile away. He's asking for a playbook on how to get her to like him. And so she's like, oh, well, first impressions mean a lot. And I really like eye contact. And instantly, he's fucking staring into her retinas, just pupils dilated, looking into the depths of her soul. And then, you know, she likes people that are attentive. And then that dinner, he's like so busy passing dishes to her, putting things on her plate. There's just like a lot of happening and there's a lot of physical contact. He's just doing a lot.
At this point, it seems like he's mostly interested in Chen 71.
Yes, but I think another thing that rubs people the wrong way is he doesn't even know her. He's not trying to get to know her. He's just like touching her and asking her, what do you like in a guy? And then doing the things that she likes. And it's like, you don't even know if you want her to like you because you don't know her.
Yeah.
So it's just weird. They get out the hot tub. Everybody goes back to their respective rooms. The girls have a room with mattresses on the floor. The guys have a room with mattresses on the floor. But it's not Singles Inferno. So it seems a little nicer. Okay, Singles Inferno. Every time I see the rooms, I'm like, I get why they call it Singles Inferno, okay? And every single night, they have to text the person that they're the most interested in. And they have these confessionals. And Tian says, well, I'm going to send my text message to Chen71. And she's definitely going to send hers to me. I got this one in the bag.
But you don't know who sent it, correct? Anonymous. Oh, you do know?
Yeah.
Oh.
So he said, I got this one in the bag.
Okay.
Everybody was pissed off. That's not something you say when you genuinely like somebody. You don't say, ooh, I got him in the bag. Okay, that sounds like you're playing a game. And this is not the you don't win anything if you are in a couple relationship afterwards. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
If he really likes her, he would be kind of nervous.
Yes.
Like, oh, man, I really hope I got this one.
Yeah. So that same night, Bao Bao and Finance Bro hang out, like I said, in the tub. They don't really get along. It's very clear that Finance Bro is also interested in Chen 71.
Are we rooting for Finance Bro and Chen 71?
So far, but I heard there's drama later.
Okay.
Yeah, but together they do a late night snack. Chen 71 and Finance Bro eventually get together at night because they have phones where they can text each other, actually.
Text anybody.
Yeah, in the villa. So they text and then they go and make eggs and toast in the kitchen for a late night conversation. And in the end, Chen 71 sends her text message to Finance Bro, and they are basically together for the rest of the series.
Oh.
Yeah. Then the next morning, a new bombshell has entered the villa.
So what did Tian find out when he didn't get that text message?
He was just like, what the fuck?
He didn't get nothing?
Yeah, and then he moved on.
Oh.
Yeah. So then Barry, the American, enters the villa. He comes to join the show and he is immediately hooked onto PR Lily. And remember, she's with the professor. The professor runs around PR Lily like the sun. PR Lily is also very into Barry. Also, broadcaster Mimi is very into Barry.
So this new Barry is very popular.
Yeah, Barry has American energy. Like, the dude is
Outgoing.
smiley.
Okay.
He's just smiling all the time. And you want to be like, what's so funny? No, I'm just kidding. I like Barry so far. He seems chill, okay? He's cooking. He's smiling. He seems really approachable. He seems warm. He doesn't seem like the type that tries to be a cool guy. That's my number one. I will never date someone who tries to be a cool guy. And Barry, he just seems like he doesn't really care of being perceived as like a badass CEO. Like, he's not doing that. So that next morning, they all have to pick a date. The way the producer set it up is the number of text messages you got last night, the girls get to choose in that order of who they want to go on a date. Now, Chen71 got 2 text messages. She got one from Finance Bro and Tian, right? So she gets to choose first who she wants to go on a date with. The minute that she chooses a date, and they all write it down on a blackboard. that only the girls can see. The next person cannot choose that person.
Yep.
Like you have to choose out of the remainder of the guys. So she comes out and she immediately writes down that she wants to go on a date with Finance Bro. And this happens in quick succession until Bao Bao is the last one. She received 0 text messages because remember Finance Bro texted Chen 71. And the only person left out of the guys
Is Tian?
is Tian. So she just, I mean, she has no option. So she picks Tian, but she's still positive. Like this girl has had no interaction with Tian. And she's like, okay, like I'm just gonna be open-minded. When opportunity strikes, you have to seize it. Amazon Prime's same-day delivery helps you say yes before the moment slips away and turn maybe next time into yes right now. Got asked out on a last-minute date but have nothing to wear? Don't take a rain check. Say yes. Prime can get you the perfect fit just in time to make that dinner reservation. Did your best friend suggest a spur-of-the-moment road trip? Make it happen. Clean underwear and a travel pillow delivered before you can even pack the car. Are the kids begging for an impromptu astronaut-themed slumber party tonight? Say yes and make it epic. Prime gets you everything from glow-in-the-dark stars to a projector to popcorn fast. And the memories made in that spaceship fort made out of blankets, absolutely priceless. Say yes to the moments that don't wait. Visit amazon.com/prime to find millions of items delivered fast. Same-day delivery, it's on Prime, available in select areas. Terms apply. They go on a vegetable picking date followed by hot pot, and they have a really good time joking around, laughing together, picking vegetables. You know, they're flirting.
Okay.
They're flirting. And I think Bao Bao's sense of humor is, like a lot of Chinese people call it abstract. I think Chinese people don't.
I love it.
I think you guys don't do a lot of sarcasm. So that's why they call her abstract, I think. Because when I'm sarcastic with your sister also, she doesn't get it. So I feel like it's a thing. It's not as common.
No.
Really? Because
Abstract.
everyone keeps calling her abstract, and I feel like it's just sarcastic. So, for example, they're like, oh, when you pick the vegetables, he's telling her, make sure you pick the ones that are big and not rotten. And then she's like, why would I pick the ones that are small and rotten? And then he was like, oh, I was just worried that you would just not pick the right ones. And then she was like, okay, yeah, from now on, I'm definitely going to pick the small and rotten ones. Like, it's just like not, but then people are like, oh, she's so abstract. Everyone was just saying in the comments, it's really hard to talk to someone who's so abstract. So that was like a whole thing. And this becomes important later because everyone's like, it's difficult to talk to someone who's abstract. And they almost use this to hate on Bao Bao. Anyway, they're holding the vegetable basket. She even stops to like wipe the sweat off of his face. And it's really cute.
So she's kind of into him, right?
She is, yeah. But she's not overdoing it. She's just like being shy. And when they get back, their hot pot date is set up outside their room and they have to go back to the kitchen to get some of their ingredients. And when they're inside, they see a bunch of crabs on the table. And Tian really wants to eat these fucking crabs. The crabs are not for their date, though. It's for another couple's date. Now, he keeps pointing it out, though, even though it's not for him. He's like, wow, crabs also taste the sweetest during this time, which is like the mid-autumn festival time. Like, that's when the crabs are the freshest and they have a sweet taste. Like, I really wish we could have some crabs. Anyway, let me get the ingredients out of the fridge. So Bao Bao's listening to this. And then she's like, calculating in her head. And then later they go back with the hot pot ingredients. They walk back into the kitchen and then he goes, crabs, 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 when he sees the crabs. So this is the second time that he's talking about the crabs. He's making it so painfully obvious to whomever is listening that he wants crabs. They eat their hot pot. Tian is very nice to Bao Bao. He's offering to make dips for her hot pot. Like, he's really laying it on thick. Like, I can see how Bao Bao would fall for him because he's doing everything right. He's getting very protective of her when there's like splashing from the hot pot. Like, he's making sure her water is filled, that the dip is not too spicy. He's doing everything. He's picking up all the hints. Like, oh, I think beef would taste really good. He's like, oh, let me go get up and get some beef. Then he puts the beef in the hot pot. Like, she's not asking. She'll just say something and he'll pick up on it, and he seems very thoughtful from Bao Bao's perspective because she didn't see anything else that happened.
Okay.
She didn't know about the I got this one in the bag. Like, she didn't know any of this.
Yeah.
She's just like, wow, he's really thoughtful. But all the live comments were really ominous. All the live comments are like, Bao Bao, run. Bao Bao, hide. Bao Bao, get away while you can. Bao Bao, it's too late. And I'm like, oh my God, Bao Bao, what's going to happen?
You got her.
After they finish eating, Tian goes for his daily interview in the confessional room. Meanwhile, Bao Bao sees broadcaster Mimi and American Berry, and they're making their little dinner, and they're the ones that have the crab. So Bao Bao is like walking around, and she's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. So she's like, broadcaster Mimi, I know this is like a weird question, and she's so polite, and she's like, it's totally fine if you don't want, but you guys have extra crabs, and I was just wondering if I could just take like half a piece of the crab just to give to Tian because he seemed like he was really craving crabs.
That's crazy.
So then she's like,
is Tian still hungry at this point?
And so they're like, yeah, of course, we don't care. So all three of them are really sweet. Like broadcaster Mimi's sweet, Barry's sweet, Bao Bao is sweet. None of this was inappropriate. She gets the crab and she's so excited. She puts it in a little bowl, has chopsticks, and then she's like trying to get into his interview and she's like, I got you a crab. And then he's just like, okay, yeah, let me finish with my interview. And the interviewer is like, no, it's fine. Like, eat the crab. They're like, we want to get this footage, right? Oh, okay, sorry. Like, you should finish up first. Like, I'll wait for you outside. And then he's like, yeah, I'm going to finish my interview first. And yeah, I'll come get the crab after. And she's like, okay, I'll hold on to it for you. And it was, a lot of netizens felt it was a very cute and thoughtful gesture. Yeah. This is really important. Not right now, but he is going to later use this moment to villainize Bao Bao. He's going to rewrite history. This crab. Just remember this, okay?
That's crazy.
Just remember how it really played out, okay? Keep this in mind. So at this point, the number of guys and girls is balanced because Barry came in. So it's the equal number. But that night, a hot new bombshell enters the villa wearing a red dress. Spicy red dress. Okay? She walks in, everybody's sitting around the living room, and it's slow-mo. Her stepping towards the villa, and she's wearing bright red. She's got black hair, shorter, mid-length. Her face is really symmetrical. That's about all I can say.
That's crazy.
Like, everybody else has really unique looks. I feel like every time her face comes up on screen, I glaze over her face because there's not a point I can look at. Everybody has a focal point. And sometimes that focal point isn't even what you personally like. Like, there are some people who hate a mole on their face, but a lot of people love it because it just makes them look so unique and charismatic, right? She doesn't have a focal point. Every other person on this show has a strong focal point. And like that focal point gives them aura, it gives them charisma. She just has like a very conventionally beautiful but bland face.
Not memorable.
Yes, and I say this because we hate her. Like, I would never have said this unless she's also not a pretty person on the inside. So we can do that. Anyway, Zizi walks in, red dress, super symmetrical face. Am I jealous? Yeah, I have a very unsymmetrical face. Maybe that's where the hate is coming from. And she's immediately catching everybody's attention when she walks in. People are just shocked that they didn't even get it. You know how in American reality shows, they'll at least prime you for the entrance? Everybody gets an idea, and then you get the cuts of everyone being like, I think there's going to be a new bombshell. You think so? Oh yeah, I think there's going to be a new bombshell. We didn't get that. She just came out of nowhere. And then she's like, hi, I'm new here. Like, that's how she enters it. So then they're like, okay, introduce yourself. Hi, everyone. My name is Zizi. I'm 24 years old, and this is the year of my Chinese zodiac sign. That's why I'm wearing red. I graduated from the Beijing Film Academy last year, and I'm doing social media in Hangzhou right now. My most recent and notable role was in the 2025 Chinese film, The Legend of the Condor Heroes. Apparently it's big.
I'm sure. The legend of...
It's the legend, okay? It's got to be legendary. So she was the main lead. She was the little dragon girl or whatever. I don't know. It wasn't like the biggest hit. She's not a huge star. Maybe the show was good, but I don't know if she wasn't memorable. But she's walking in. Everybody's looking at her. Barry and PR Lily decide to get her a glass of water. And I really like PR Lily because... she gets up to get a glass of water with Barry and PR Lily, and PR Lily hands it to her, and she's gently telling her, like, take your time, like, you don't have to open up so quickly, you can just observe and get comfortable, because she's like, it's probably really stressful and trying to like fill the void. She's like, I'm a little nervous. It's okay, you'll get used to it soon. So she's so sweet about it. And then Zizi, and they're all thoughtful. She's wearing a shorter red dress, and everyone is kind of dressed more casually. So Bao Bao even suggests that she sit on the couch instead of one of the low chairs that everyone's like lounge chairs, because it's just hard to sit properly and you know. So they make space for her on the couch. Everybody's being really sweet. No one's like, ugh, new bombshell. I mean, some people look a little worried, but that's natural, very normal. So they immediately decide that they're going to break the ice and they're going to play one of those whisper games. The rules are simple. You go into a bowl, you fish out a question, and then you ask this question to someone by whispering it into their ear. And then they will point at someone to answer this question. But nobody knows what the question is. Only the person that whispered it and the one that is pointing, right? That answered it. Now, if you want to know what this question is, because let's say you were pointed at, then you have to do some sort of punishment. You pick out a little punishment from the punishment bowl, and then you can figure out what the question is. So they're playing this game. It's like, for example, who do you think is the prettiest person in the room? And this is the first time that we get introduced to the couple that is now going to be Jiko and Influencer J. So Jiko keeps pointing at Influencer J. He's like the Dan one. But he's like, you know, calmer than Dan most of the time. You know, he's like that. And then Influencer J, she's older than him. And that's like a huge plot device. That's a huge problem. You know, he's trying so hard to be mature for her. You know, she's a very realistic person. And he's like, I can be realistic. I can be mature. I can be a man. Like, it's really cute, actually. And so he keeps pointing at her. And they seem to kind of have a genuine platonic, maybe romantic relationship that's blooming. And they pick each other for all the dates. So that's them. And then at one point, Tian keeps wanting to know what the questions are. He's a nosy little. So he decides, I'm going to just keep doing these punishments because these punishments aren't even that big of a deal. So he decides, Bao, I want to do the punishment with you. And so he opens the thing and it's like, okay, compliment someone in the room. So he compliments Bao. He's like, your eyes are really big. You're so sweet and kind. These are some mid-tier compliments, by the way. The size dimension of somebody's eyeballs is like not really a compliment. But anyway, everyone starts clapping and smiling because like they had just gone on the date. So everyone's like, oh, this is a progression from their date. And then he does another punishment where it says you have to carry a ping pong ball between your cheek and another partner's cheek from one side of the room to the other side of the room.
Okay.
So he's like, okay, well, I'm going to do it with Bao. And then Bao later in her confessional, she's like, you know, during today's activities, every time he would have to choose a female guest, he would choose to interact with me. So she starts developing a little crush. And she even says, I've never had a situation where someone was so decisive and always chose me so firmly. Me first. And so firmly, not even like, let me look around. It was very like, Baba, let's go. Baba, let's do this. Like, it's nice. It's she's getting one over because of course anyone would. So they're extremely flirty during all of this. Even the ping pong thing, it's like the book talk thing. They keep dropping the ball. So then he just like grabs her on the back of the neck.
What do you mean grab her on the back of the neck?
Like he gently grabs the back of her neck
to hold her head still with the ball. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
And everyone is like, oh, everyone sees the hand on the back of the neck and they're like, oh my goodness. That is crazy. Crazy. So everyone's like, okay, they're going to be end game. It's already blooming. And then another game that they come up with is everyone is just asked a question and then everyone does thumbs up or thumbs down. And on the count of 3, it was, do you have a crush on someone in the house right now? So everyone except for Zizi, who just got here 30 minutes ago, so it's understandable, everyone said yes. So both Tian and Bao say yes, and based on their interactions, it would be very easy to assume that the interest between them is highly mutual. So that night, after the game ends, everyone goes back to their respective rooms. But at 9 p.m., all the boys receive a message on their phones saying, hi, the new female guest, Zizi, has invited you on a date at the outdoor kitchen. Please get ready and leave now.
All of them?
Yeah, Barry had this with the girls. He had lunch with all the girls. And now it's Zizi's turn to have dinner with all the guys. And there's this huge 6-person table next to the pool. And Zizi walks in and there's 6 empty chairs, right?
Yeah.
And people, the comments were going off. They're like, ooh, what chair she picks is going to be very important.
She decides where everyone sits?
Where she sits. Now, I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently in Chinese award shows, a lot of netizens analyze live stream footage of celebrities picking their chair. So they actually hate people who pick the center of the table.
Yeah. You haven't seen, like, whenever even people go on to the stage,
no one wants to be in the center.
Nobody. They're scared because people will some people get canceled
Yeah,
for
'cause
just like
it's-
standing in the middle.
So
like, who are you to stand in the middle? They
everyone
always-
fights.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, no, you, no, you. And
Yeah.
then finally, whoever takes the center, it's almost like, I don't want to be here. And that's the only way people are happy with it.
Yeah, usually the senior or
Yeah. Now, she immediately walks in, doesn't even hesitate, and sits at the center of one side. I didn't think that was a big deal. I thought it was normal because she's trying to get to know five different guys.
She's the main person.
Yeah,
so she
but
has to.
a lot of netizens were upset by this. I think netizens were upset by the fact that she didn't even hesitate.
Oh,
And then I think a lot of these comments are mainly because everybody hates her.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like this seems like we're kind of nitpicking. But anyway, she sits at the center of the table and then all of a sudden the guys come in and they sit around her.
so one on left, one on right, and 3 in front of her.
Yes.
Okay.
So they sit down and the professor, he clearly is moving on from PR Lily. Like he was getting walked like a dog and now he's moving on. PR Lily has been very much into Barry. She's been respectful, but it's very clear she's into Barry. And he is also very much into Zizi. So she starts guessing everybody's MBTIs and she's actually pretty good. But I think MBTIs are that most people in East Asia can guess people's MBTIs because it's like they know what everything stands for. It's very easy to tell if someone's introverted or extroverted.
Wow.
So it's like a thing in Korea too. They'll like guess your MBTI and it's usually like maybe one letter apart and it's never the I or E. It's like I think the T or the J or something like that. Okay. So she's like guessing everyone's MBTIs. It's going well. Everyone seems like it's just like a very cordial time. Like nothing particularly is happening except for the fact that she's like, oh yeah, professor, you're INTJ, right? And then he's like, you remember? And she's like, yeah, because we're the same. So he's like really happy that she remembers this conversation that they had apparently an hour ago. Like, I mean, I would hope so that she remembers. But he's really happy about this. And then she goes on guessing everybody else's MBTIs, which by the way, people are so upset that she's an INTJ. And I don't think she's an INTJ. Because he's an INTJ, so now every time I meet an INTJ, I feel like I can kind of guess when they're an INTJ. She's not giving an INTJ. She's giving so extroverted. Holy shit. It's crazy. You would never. You could never. You couldn't even if you wanted to. You would literally physically shut down after an hour of that. Like it would be bad. So she's like, oh yeah, I'm an INTJ. Anyway, this is important later, but they're all talking. The comments are like, look at the professor. The professor is drooling. And then you see a bunch of the comments, just like Bao Bao, very ominous. They say, Professor, you're going to regret this. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then afterwards, she says, well, do you guys have any questions for me, like about my career or anything? And netizens really didn't like this because it just felt like, why can't they ask you questions about you as a person? It almost seems like you want to talk about your career.
Brag.
Yes, it feels like you're fishing for compliments. It was just weird. Just weird. Nobody responds, and Tian is sitting on her right side, and Tian looks at her and asks the question of, so what type of guy do you like? Now, in America, this is a very normal question to ask. It's like nothing. Like, what kind of person are you interested in? This is the first type of question that you ask. Apparently, Tiffany was telling me in Chinese dating, it's actually quite flirty. Like very flirty. Because it doesn't just mean like, what kind of guy do you like? It means I need to know if you can like me. Because I think I can like you. Like it's a lot of undertone meanings.
You only ask that to someone that you like.
Yeah,
so it's
because-
almost like telling her like, I like you, like I want to know.
Yeah, because I think the underlying feeling is if you're not interested in anyone, you don't want to know who they're interested in because
Yeah,
now
yeah.
you're putting yourself in a weird situation of like, what if they're interested in you and then you just open the door and then you made it seem like you're interested and then it's like, ah. So she was saying it's kind of flirty. And others are commenting like, wow, this guy is so straightforward. So throughout this whole time, the professor is the only one looking at her, paying attention to every single one of her answers. And she's like, let me think. Okay, I like someone who is detail oriented, someone who knows how to handle other people's emotions, and someone who isn't so full of themselves. And when she says full of themselves, she immediately looks at the professor
Okay.
to the point that it's uncomfortable. And everyone is like, chuckling because it's like such a weird, uncomfortable moment. And then she's like, no, like I wasn't trying to look at you. I was looking at everyone. But everyone is just like, what's happening? Like this felt really mean and targeted out of nowhere. Like she just made eye contact with him and was like, wasn't so full of themselves. And it's just weird. It's weird. So the professor is like, what is your ideal state of life? Like, what do you enjoy doing in life? Like, what do you like about your lifestyle, your job, or anything? People hate this answer. She says, I think my ideal state is that I want to have a space that makes me feel safe. So I really don't like very complicated and complex industries for work. I don't like open or internal competitions. Like, I just like to be very chill, go with the flow, comfortable state of life. And people, netizens, hated this. Because especially in China, I mean, we've done other types of episodes, but the entertainment industry is so cutthroat. It's aggressive. It's kind of miserable for a lot of people when they're trying to make a name for themselves. Even when they have made a name, people are so tough on them. Like, it's a very depressive, anxiety-inducing industry a lot of the times. But her response is so disconnected from reality. So it almost gives the feeling that she is probably a Nepo baby and got in that way. So it's been easier for her. Or the second thing is like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And it almost seems like she's responding to this answer the way she thinks guys like, without having any truth in it. It's like, oh, I'm just like a really chill person. And it's like, okay, but this, I don't know. Like, what do you mean you don't like competition? The entertainment industry is highly competitive. Like, it's weird. Some people didn't like it. I don't know. I was very neutral about it. I didn't really care at this point, but she gets crazy. She does get crazy. So then that night, the only people that are connected together with the text messages are Finance Bro and Chen71. They both text each other. Jiko and Influencer J, they both text each other. And then Tian and Bao Bao, they both text each other. Whereas the remaining is this. The professor texts Zizi, the new girl. Zizi texts Barry the American. Broadcaster Mimi texts Barry the American. Barry the American texts PR Lily. PR Lily still texts the professor, I think more so out of politeness.
Okay.
So those are the only three that mutually texted each other. And now there are more girls than there are guys. And the next day, this is her first official day. So she gets a privilege from the program, which is she gets to invite someone that she is interested in to join her for pool breakfast, like breakfast at the pool. Zizi, she decides that she's going to text American Barry to join her at the pool. He shows up, and let me tell you something. Barry, the minute that he saw all the girls, Zizi included, he has been eyes for PR Lily and nobody else. And it's so obvious to every single person there. Like, he is obsessed with PR Lily. He gets to the pool, and it's very clear that it's a platonic date. He's dressed like he is going to train in like a Navy SEAL Team 6 or something, like full black bodysuit, wetsuit. He sits down. They're half submerged in the water. They don't even get in the water. Like, you know how even in Singles Inferno, they get in the water? And then it's like, no, you come here. No, you come here, right? They don't do that. They don't do that. So they're just sitting there eating, and he's chowing. That's how I know you don't like someone on the first date, when you're chowing down. He's chowing. And then she's just asking questions, and he's just answering it like he's eaten with a coworker during break time. And he starts asking about Professor. Oh, and then she's like, I chose you because my first impression of you was so good, because last night when I first came, I was so nervous, and you made me something to drink. Which, by the way, he only did that because PR Lily was making her a drink. And so she's like, I just don't know if you were trying to be nice, but it was really sweet, or like maybe you're just someone who takes care of everyone. And he goes, oh yeah, I just wanted to share a drink with everyone. So, and then he goes, oh, okay, well, that's such a pure thought. And she's trying to move on. Barry's like, I don't give a fuck. Every time she tries to bring up something, he's like, you know who is really cool? The coolest guy here? The professor. Now, Barry, you little shit, I know why you're doing this too, because he knows that PR Lily and the professor were connected before he came. So it's like two birds, one stone. But he also knows the professor is interested in Zizi. So he's like, we might as well go on a double date. So he keeps pushing the professor. And he's like, he's very grounded. I talked to him personally, and he studies the arts. He has a PhD in the arts. And the minute that he says this, Zizi's expression is just like, like she seems exhausted.
Like a switch?
Yeah. And she's
what's the undertone reason?
I think it's so, okay, this is where netizens think it's annoying, because she could have easily just said, oh yeah, no, he's so kind. He's just not really my type. Like, I think he's so cool. Yeah. It's just we're not really, like, there's no synergy there, which would be so respectful and so kind, right? And then she goes, he says he's INTJ, but I feel like he's way more extroverted. And nobody is more
What?
extroverted than this bitch who says she's INTJ, right?
Yeah.
So then he's like, well, maybe because it's in a group setting, I do think that he's the type to try and make everyone feel comfortable, which
Yeah.
I do see throughout the show. He seems like he tries to fill awkward silences and ask people questions
Yeah.
so that they don't feel uncomfortable.
Okay, so it seems like the sign comes from she actually just doesn't like the professor.
But like, you can be nice.
Yeah,
you can be
yeah.
a nice person and not like someone. You don't have to like anyone, right?
Yeah, of course.
But it's just, she's so rude about it. And I think maybe some people that grew up in the States might not see the perspective of Chinese netizens, but this is like really rude.
Yeah.
It's considered really rude. And it has nothing to do with, I know in America it's more like gendered, where it's like, oh, why can't a woman just straight up say, hey, I don't like you, right? And normally I'm all about that too. But the professor has been nothing but kind. He is not being creepy. She could just be nice and just say, oh yeah, I mean, he doesn't fit my, especially when they're on national TV. Yeah. It's not even like they're doing this in private. That's fine too. But on national TV is a lot. So she's just like, yeah, but I just don't think that he's introverted. And he's like, well, you too, you're INTJ, but you seem, a little more bubbly. And then she says, yeah, but it's because I like to pretend to be extroverted. And it's like, okay, well, why don't you think the professor is doing the same goddamn thing on the show? And so he's like, yeah. I mean, I think when you talk to him alone, you'll see that he's very different alone than in a group setting. It's completely different. Like, we're both in the same dorms, and I feel like I could sit down and he's just a different person, but he can keep the conversation going. And then she goes, but the longer hair.
Okay, now it's the hair. Okay.
Yeah, and then she's like, I don't know how to put it. It's just maybe because I went to like the Beijing Film Academy, but like his hair just reminds me a lot of classmates from school. And it's like basically PTSD. I feel like I'm back in college and I'm just like, oh my God, no. I don't even want to look at him because it makes me feel like I'm in college. And like the whole artist identity, I can't. Like that combination does not work for me.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And again, you are also someone in the arts. Why are you looking down on him?
Yeah.
It's just really, it's just nasty. It's just mean.
Is this like her first sign of showing what kind of person she is?
Yeah. And if you compare this to how everybody else acts on the show, this is crazy. And then he's like, oh, is it because of his appearance? Like maybe you hung out with a lot of people with longer hair in school? Yeah, honestly, too many. So it's very clear she's not interested in the professor. But again, she could have chosen nicer words. So then Barry goes after the date to tell the professor that he did bring up the professor and this is what she said. And he was just saying it and like, just in case you wanted to know what's going on. Like it just seemed like mainly the hair, you remind her of some classmates in college. The professor was a little upset that Barry did this because he didn't want Zizi to feel pressured. He didn't want Zizi to think that the professor is like, go ask her about me, and then that burden be on her. So it's clear that a lot of people other than Zizi have a little bit more EQ. Barry, this was like I think he meant well, but just some people were a little annoyed by it, but not a big deal. Barry's been nice other than that. So the next day, they're going on dates again, and the guys get to choose from a number box, and the number that they choose is whoever gets to pick their date first. And once they pick a girl for the date, nobody else can pick that girl. But instead of just picking the girls have decided that they're going to choose flowers to represent their personalities, and the guys will pick the flowers and hope that it's the girl that they want to go on a date with.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and then people wrote like little notes next to the flower of why they chose the flower.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to try and figure out which flower is the girl that you like. What flower would I choose? It could be an herb too.
Oh, they pick herb too?
Yeah, or flower,
You?
like a dried herb. Don't say cilantro. I'll kill you. No, because I would. Yeah.
Green onion? Onion princess? Somebody? Like if you put an onion right there, I will know that's you. I'll be like, yellow onion, green onion. Just put an onion there. I'm like, that's Stephanie right there.
Anyway, so they choose the flowers that the girls have picked. So Barry picks PR Lily, Professor picks Zizi, Finance Bro Chen 71, Jiku the influencer, Tian and Bao Bao. And Tian is the last one to make the decision. So by this time, it was really between Bao Bao and broadcaster Mimi. They were the only ones with flowers left, and he could tell. And then he says in the confessional later, like, when I had to choose, there was only 2 girls left. But he keeps emphasizing that. It's not like, oh, when I went, I was excited because I thought that was Bao
he
Bao.
has no choice?
Yeah, but he just keeps emphasizing, I just want everyone to know that there were only 2 girls left when I had to choose, and so I chose Bao Bao. So broadcaster Mimi, she doesn't get to go on a date. She has to stay in the villa, and she's really sad about it. Everybody else goes on their little dates. And the professor is so excited to see Zizi. He even brings her a sun protection jacket, which is a really big deal in China because everybody likes sun protection, UV hats, UV umbrellas, UV everything.
Did you know Chinese map tells you which side of the road you should walk on? Because the sun, one side will cover by the building shades. So when you do the Google map to walk to somewhere, they will tell you walk this route with the least amount of sun.
I didn't know that.
How
So
clever,
good,
right?
yeah.
That's so clever.
So clever. I need one with smells in the city. Oh, especially when they got the little like potholes that are steaming. And you're like, what's cooking down there? Because why? Why am I walking past a whole steam shower of just smog? Like, I need one of those, okay? But anyway, Zizi, she gets into the car and he tells her, I brought you a sun protection jacket. She doesn't even look up from her phone. She's like, okay. And he's like, I'll put it in the back. She doesn't make eye contact. No, thank you, nothing. Okay. She just...
She's annoyed, huh?
Yeah, she responds to him as if he is her butler.
I think she has to be a Nepo baby. Like,
No, I think so.
right?
Yeah.
How could you even get into the industry and get so far without even playing the game right?
Yeah.
Because she obviously just does whatever she wants.
Yeah, and everyone can tell she's a Nepo baby because she just acts like a spoiled little brat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so she's sitting there next to him and they're going to go canoeing later. But first they're getting some iced coffee. So she's sitting there and he's just trying to make conversation. He's like, oh, do you have anything more memorable that happened yesterday? Like, let's talk about your day. How was your first day or whatever? Something memorable from yesterday? I guess it was when I walked into the room yesterday. I felt like everybody was so confused and I was also really confused myself. Yeah, it was when we were all chit-chatting in the living room. Because I actually have massive social anxiety. I was actually really scared. Yeah, then you were alone with the 5 of us and, when you... I just felt so awkward about that.
What?
She just keeps cutting this guy off in a way that's really aggressive and always back to her. He keeps trying to ask her more outward questions. He's like, the most memorable part was when I walked in and everybody was shocked. Oh yeah, I felt so awkward. It's just like not a good conversationalist. It's not necessarily nefarious, but just you suck at talking. She was like, oh, and he reassures her, well, I didn't think you were awkward at all when we were all having dinner with the 5 guys and you. I wasn't awkward. Maybe I was awkward on the inside.
Okay.
In fact, there was something that you said yesterday that really left a strong impression on me. What did I say? I don't remember. It was so late yesterday. The things you mentioned about your school, what you like about it, what you've seen in your major and all your thoughts and opinions on that. And, I think that it's really cool because I'm usually, I'm rarely direct. I'm usually more, sometimes I'm too direct. And that's my issue. But even though it's my problem, I'm never going to change the fact that I'm direct.
Okay.
Yeah, I did notice that you were really decisive when it comes down to things. And there's a little flashback that's played in the car. She hangs up the phone. She was on the phone with someone. Nobody knows who. And she goes, oh my God, I just hung up. I hung up and they were still talking. I thought they were done. Huh? Which again, okay.
Okay.
And he goes, yeah, I feel like you're very decisive. Usually when I'm hanging up the phone, I like to wait to make sure we're hanging up, because that's the normal thing. That's why the Koreans do the and then you hang up. If you don't do at least that, someone's mad at you, right? But immediately she shoots him with you're just like my grandpa.
God damn.
Yeah, he's like,
all right.
that's so hurtful. And he's like being playful. He's like, oh, that's so hurtful. You talk like, hey, and you drag it on. And and I just want my grandpa to talk faster. I'm like, talk faster. And he literally says in the car, I'm sorry, I'll speak faster then.
He's just getting braided. He came here for a date, but got a whole lecture instead.
Yes. So
He's like, yes, man. Okay.
Yes.
What else do you want me to change?
And he's so nervous that even later after the car ride, they're sitting there yapping and he goes, am I still speaking too slowly? It's fine. It's normal speed. And he's like, I feel like I have to talk like this now for it to be considered a normal speed. I guess speaking slowly is also good sometimes. It shows that you're emotionally stable. That's not what you said earlier. You said I was like your grandpa. What's wrong with my grandpa? I like my grandpa. He's amazing.
She's fighting.
Okay, everyone
She's already fighting.
Everyone in the comments is saying everyone has dealt with someone like her. This, even before you know the crazy shit that she actually does, this people don't like because no one likes a contrarian. No one likes to hang out with someone that's like, oh, I can totally feel, you feel frustrated. No, but it's not like I feel frustrated. Like, I just feel like,
Yeah, they have a comeback for everything you say.
Yeah, like everything is no, but not only that, or no, it's not that, it's exactly that. And you're like, you dumb bitch, I'm gonna punch someone in the face. I hate that so much. Or it's like they like pink one day and then the next day you're like, oh, your favorite color is pink, and it's like, I actually don't have favorite colors because I think it's juvenile to have a favorite color. And then you're like, oh my God, you're so exhausting. That's her. She just called him. And then she's like, why would you say that? My grandpa is amazing. And he's like, no. It's just being compared to a grandpa at my age is probably not a good thing. And at this point, netizens, they're over it. She's not even making eye contact with him for most of this conversation. She's looking at her phone.
Damn.
And then she tells him, like, I just have an extreme personality. For me, I would never say, like, it's fine, it's okay, it's never fine. It's either I like it or I don't like it, and that's it. There's no middle ground for me. And everyone's like, these are the words that come out of, like, a really spoiled, privileged little brat. Like, what do you mean? So much shit in life is the gray area. Okay, what are you talking about? People also say that they hate people who love advertising themselves as blunt and straightforward and direct. And it's like, no, you're just kind of a cunt. Like, you're just kind of ruining everyone's day and you're a bitch. That's not something to think about as a positive thing. So then afterwards, they get on a canoe. And obviously, Professor is in the back and she just is talking to herself. She's like, God, do I have some sort of weird connection with water today? Like, I feel like everything is around water today. And no one even knows what she's talking about. But she says, but I like playing with water, so I guess that's fine. Professor responds, me too, even though she says, do you realize that the wind is blowing in this direction? She doesn't care about anything he's saying about himself. Do you realize that the wind is blowing in this direction? We're not moving anymore. We have to use our strength now. He's like, okay, let me try. You don't have to try rowing. I'll try canoeing. Just point in the direction. Like, where do you want to go? And in less than 5 seconds, Zizi is already irritated because they're slightly tilted in the wrong direction. And she's like, that's not right. You're going in the wrong direction. Row to this side. And then she complains again, like, you rode to the hottest part. Like, this is, now we have to hide from the sun.
Damn, she's just like
annoying.
Like, just
mind you, the canoe tilted like 10 degrees.
Yeah.
He's not even going anywhere, honestly. And it's not like either of them know how to fucking canoe. Okay, apparently it's like the last family vacation we took, we canoed. I didn't canoe. I already knew that was not a good idea for me. Okay, I would have been turned upside down. But everyone was saying, do you know how hard canoeing is? So he's like putting in all the work.
Is he still into her at this point? Or you feel like the feeling is changing?
No, he's going to keep being into her. And you're going to want to rip your hair off.
Man.
And he's like, it's okay. Trust me. Just don't move. And she hits back, I don't trust you. And it's just so rude. It's not even like a cute, like, no, I don't trust you. It's like I don't trust you. Well, I don't trust you. Okay.
This is wow.
Also, he's not asking you to trust him with like your children. It's like, trust him to row a canoe once. It's fine. You don't have to say that. And she keeps being like, I want to go to the middle. It's a lot cooler in the middle. Like, I want to go in the middle. And he's still trying to make the best of the situation. And he's like, oh yeah, when I go fishing with my friends, I always want them to ride the boat. And then she's like, hey, use your phone and record something for me. Cuts him off again.
Damn.
So they had this whole task where they have to record audio sounds of things that are memorable for their date for later. And she's like, record the water. So he brings out his phone, stops canoeing, and she's like just splashing her hand in the water. And I'm like, you went to the Beijing Film Academy? Have a more original idea, you bozo. Sorry, I'm so annoyed. So then she starts like splashing her hands in the water, right? And then he's like done. And she immediately is like, did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so stressed. And then this is the first date they're on. I don't even do this with you and we've been together so long. He doesn't respond because I'm sure the video is saving and he's trying to find the video. Like, this is also not his phone. These are phones that they're given during the show so they can text each other. So he's like trying to find out where the photo album is probably. And she starts tapping on the boat. Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? Bro.
Wow.
You wouldn't even do that with your partner unless this is the energy if we're on a date and we're already trying to fight or something. Like, that's crazy. Who does that? It's so rude.
Yeah.
It's so rude. Everyone's just saying the entire interaction is suffocating. Later, she wants to record this audio of her hitting her canoe paddle against the rocks near the shore. And the whole time that she's hitting, she's like, hit, did you get it? Hit, did you get it? Hit, did you get it? And I'm like, bro, all you can hear is, did you fucking get it? And then eventually...
that should be the song bit. Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it?
And then he stops responding. And then she's like, you probably got it. It's just so infuriating. People are just like, everyone has dealt with someone like ZZ and no one likes hanging out with ZZ. But it is only going to get worse from here because there is about to be a 3-person date that occurs.
Including ZZ?
Yeah. It's about
And
to
who
be a show. It's going to be ZZ, Professor, and Tien.
Oh, so Professor likes ZZ?
Yeah, the
ZZ hates
professor.
this same couple.
Yes.
But along with Tien.
Yeah.
Huh.
And the way someone's gonna get cucked. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy.
Someone's gonna get cucked.
Cucked.
Let me guess. ZZ.
Heated
Whoa.
secrets.
Oh, computer?
So with that being said, stay tuned for part 2. This is just getting you familiarized with the people. This is nothing. Absolutely nothing happened in this episode. Just you wait. This is nothing compared to what's about to go down because every single person is going to need therapy after this reality show. So with that being said, I'll see you in part 2.